come on the wall. Get your chair. If you're doing chair exercises, line up. If you're walking wall to wall, get your weights. Get your mats if you want to stretch out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jump on your bike. Start your treadmill. Yeah. Purpose. Purpose. Gotta have a purpose that helps you motivate yourself. Gotta have a purpose. Yeah. I should have put, if I stop walking now, they cut me up until I'm a toenail. Let's start this walk. Okay, my ears on. Yeah. I went roller skating. I roller skated for 45 minutes, y'all. Yes, indeed I did. I roller skated until I had a memory of me and Mr. Kelly ice skating. Mr. Kelly was a coach of this ladies' ice hockey team. And at 12 o'clock in Greenwich, the rink was open for senior citizens. And he and I were mainly the only ones on the ice. And we would skate around and talk for 45 minutes before I took a break. So last night, y'all look at me and say, oh yeah, see the same wobbly old broad I saw all those other videos. But you can't see the 45 minutes. So I'm a little stiff this morning, but not stiff. But if I put my feet up for a little while, my muscles will say, thank you. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. My name is Vicki. I'm coming to y'all live, loud, from this people colony, a.k.a. USA, a.k.a. America. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all about Risk. But in between, I'm so grateful. Because y'all know I'm 65. So, a lot of this fuck shit on this penal colony against us was done back in those early 1900s. But like halfway through, that's the civil rights and all that, because they started getting really crazy. So, I knew I had heard the adults talking about it, or heard it on the news or somewhere, about the descendants of the Africans who were prisoners of war of the Crown of Europe were put on this penal colony, imprisoned on this penal colony, and every child they had after that, which would be a descendant, was enslaved. Until the 4th of July, the 4th of July, liars. And then, no, still enslaved. Could have been set free. Because by then, we had quite a few generations of being born here, and according to the cooperation papers of this penal colony, we're supposed to be penal colony residents, not enslaved. But they said, as they call them, the founding fathers, said they figured that shit out when the time came. When, what do they call it, chickens come to roost? Ancestors said roosting time. Yeah, whatever, it's home, it's coming back. Or they gonna say to the founding fathers, oh, y'all said let's keep fucking around and find out. Y'all finna find out. I ask you, how is it that 50 million African Americans, and I'm lowballing, can stop 300 million white people from getting affordable health care? Because they don't want us to have it. That's the memory I have. I know they didn't want. I remember no way. If the state didn't pay for us to have health care, you were shit out of luck. Penal state, that is. But why? What did we ever do to you? We didn't blow up the thing in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That was the McVeigh. That's the Irish people. Why the fuck you ain't going after them? And their generations. Why is their generation scorned? You're scorning us for something we did to the king, and you don't even like the king. But you do. Oh, boy. So I'm looking at that. I said, wait a minute. Even with these old white people, clearly, if we couldn't get Social Security, you would have more benefits. Clearly. And ain't no white person saying, wait a minute, give me my shit. Fuck this bullshit. What you ain't there for? They don't. They say, all right, I won't have health insurance. But they won't have it either. We say in affordable health care for all. And y'all saying affordable health care for some, and that's why you don't got none. Unless you're out there slaving. Oh! When white people hear slave, they only think black people. They don't think that they can be slaves. Them cults tell them they're gods. But then I was sitting there vibing with the ancestors, and they said, they ain't looking at this the right way. I said, what? I said, no one on this penal colony will get any affordable health care, any, really decent health care if it is also offered to us. And I said, okay. And they said, how many of it do you think from the last statistics? And of course I said, all this last statistics was taken was under the reign of terror, orange shit stain. So them numbers are so low, I'm surprised they didn't put one. Anyway, they said you ain't looking at it the right way. I said 50 million. We're growing. They're trying to stop us, but we're growing. So, there you go. The earth, they don't understand that. They still into that cult shit anyway. That's okay. 50 million. It's okay, 50 million. I said, oh, they put that all in your face. At least 300 million white folks. And they said, okay. I said, it could be as high as 400. Anyway, so I'm vibing with them because I'm not getting the point. I'm not understanding what you're saying. And they said, 50 million people is stopping 300 million people from getting affordable health care. So, dummy me. I was like, yeah. Oh, okay. Ain't nobody getting it. This is what I'm vibing back. Ain't nobody getting it. I know they must have said, whew. They said, how many people, how many African Americans do you say? That they don't want to get health care too, that they want to die off. It's about 50 million. And that's the same reason that ain't nobody getting no real Medicare or anything Social Security, because they don't want the old blacks to get nothing. I said, yeah, about 50 million. They say, now how many, including the old whites and the whole group, how many? So I said, well, I'd advise to y'all about 300 million. Said 50 million people is stopping 300 million folks from getting health care. Affordable health care at that. We ain't even saying free. And I was like, wait a minute, so I had to write it down, I put it in a post. And as I'm writing the post, it said, and don't forget to put in, if we have that kind of power, if we got that kind of, what else can we do? They will kill 300 million white folks just to get at 50 million black folks. That's that Hatfield and McCoy Douglas cult logic that runs this penal colony. And other white people say, we're gods, we're gods, we're gods, we're gods. Oh, we got a planet we're going to. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. Welcome, we're gods, you're demons. We're good, you're bad. And I say, you ain't got no health care either. But you got more to lose. You're losing your house. You're losing your car. You get sick, you lose your job. Your medical care's a little inferior too. People leaving this penal colony to get good health care. They know that this is a penal colony and the health care system is experimental for us or unlifing. And that part they finally get. So they running all over getting that health care from other countries. But the ancestors said, you stop 300 million. They said, look at the word they was vibing. Look, they're not getting it. They're not getting it. Because they don't want 50 million to get it. That's like, because you don't want to feed one child, you starve all the kids. That's Hatfield, McCoy, Douglas logic. And the white people are saying, well, that's okay. At least they're dying too. They can have bodies all around them. And all they have to hear is, black people are dying at a phenomenal rate. Unlifing at a phenomenal rate. And then the white people say, oh, they're the devil. They're the bad spirits. Ain't looking at dead bodies falling around them. They just glad to know that we African Americans are dying too. And that's all they need to know. They ain't worried about the dead little baby next to them. They ain't worried about that husband. They're not. They're just glad to know that we're not getting it, and we're unlifing at a high number for our group. For 50 million, it's a high number. But for 300 million, it's a huge number. Anyway, now I don't feel so bad. I don't feel so bad. I told y'all when my man and energy separates, I just want to be able to separate in understanding. I don't want to go like my mother or my girlfriend Irma. What did we do to them? Why do they hate us? Why don't they let us grow? Why don't they? I was saying that this is a penal colony for us. They would starve everybody on this penal colony to make sure we don't get anything. It's all at the tables and in the documents. Y'all, it's break time. Ooh. Tomorrow I'll be so much stronger. Let's see. I've been getting insults lately. Okay. Oh. Oh. Yes, thank you, D. Dan Fishstain. Dan Fishstain got my back. Thanks, Dan. Yeah. 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 Here we go. Oh, yeah. Or a toenail. They'll cut me up until I'm just a toenail. Oh, that's why we exercise. Okay? That's why we move. We live by moving. We can grow old by moving. Y'all dying from sitting down, waiting on them people, sitting 3-4 hours in a doctor's office, waiting for somebody to come and unlife you. When if you'd have walked around a block 7 times, you'd have felt so much better, or sweated, or got some stuff where even if you went home, you would rest so well. Your insides, your muscles and stuff would heal themselves. They got no intentions of healing us. That's not what this is about. This is a penal colony. You need to see this so you know how to move forward. Anyway, let's get to the topic, because I think they get you when you put topics in and you don't talk about them. Risk and Knoxville, Tennessee. Well, when I got out of that cult, I ran to Knoxville College. I didn't know anything about an HBCU. They accepted my application. I know they cost a lot of money, and that's why I couldn't stay there. But when I was there, I was amazed at the wealth of some of these African Americans. I mean, what I got in earlier, because I had to take a bus. I got ripped off by the cab driver, aka learn later on in life, never go to college at night or any place where you don't know. I got beat out of charged me $40. When I finally got to know the area, I could have literally walked from the bus stop to the campus. But we didn't have all that Google map and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, them folks was driving up in convertible cases. Family was coming. You saw Indian rugs on the floor. You saw the best fabric and stuff on the bed. I was in shock. Because I was there with 3 pair of pants and a couple of shirts. And these folks had it. And I just started talking to them on my, the floor of my dorm. I was out there because I wanted to know what was going on, who are these people. So there was this one girl I connected with, and she had it. I mean, she had her own car. Her room was decked out, and she was dating this guy in town. He was going, they were all the light skins. And he was going to another college. I don't think it was the University of Tennessee. And so whenever they get into a fight or breakup, she would look for someone to talk to, hang out with. And I was there. I wanted to know that lifestyle, of the rich and famous African Americans sending their children to the HBCUs. So one night, she said, come go with me. I wasn't doing nothing. So I went with her to this apartment, very nice, building and everything, in the city of Knoxville. And the reason why I was there was because the boyfriend was going. So she wanted to make sure she was at the party. And we walked in, met everybody, and someone said, it was all mixed college kids, and someone said, y'all want to play the game of Risk? Like Risk? You don't play games in the Southern Baptist cult. You don't play games. You can't play games with Jesus. Don't play games with God. So you couldn't do that. But I was down because I remember I had a life. My mother died. And that's when I found myself with that Muslim and then with these Southern Baptist folks. But my mother, she wasn't like that. She got out of Virginia. She was free. She was free. She was free. We played games. We had races. We sung and danced and entertained. We were free. We had crayons. They had none of that stuff down there with them Southern Baptist people. So I turned back to Tennessee. So I said, yeah, I like to play the game, but I never played it before. And they said, you'll catch on. And I don't understand how they knew I would catch on. So, if I remember correctly, because I'm going back when I was 19, and it's countries. And basically, you're going to take over the world. Everybody has their country and their military group, and you make the moves. I think you roll the dice or how you do it. And it's a really long game. So we started about 11. And the boyfriend was playing. So she was playing. I was playing. People at the house, so it was like maybe 6 or 7 of us in the game. 4 o'clock in the morning, there was 4 of us. And I was one of the 4. They had no idea how amazed I was. How did I know military strategy? How did I know to move here to block their troops and take? I was working that board. I think I was outside my body because no one ever talked to me about military strategy, though. Survival strategy, that's the same thing, then I'm okay. Survival strategy. And that's what I used. My military group was going to survive. We were going to survive. We were going to conquer. And I was just amazed at myself. Because that is something that no one talks about as far as African Americans are concerned. I mean, the Germans, the Russians, this penal colony, junkyard dogs, Chinese, their formations and different shit like that. And I tell you, I did so good. And that I remember it to this day. So, I knew it was the ancestors. Just the way I got in there. It's almost like I fell in there, and at 4 o'clock I came back out and I was like, what? Where am I? What's going on here? Who this? They call it innate. It's in all of us African Americans. Get off your knees. Stop sending your energy into that receptacle that has blonde hair, blue eyes, and sandals. Stop it. Use it to heal yourself. It's in you to make the right moves. There's nothing wrong with you. That's what I would tell my mother. When I was younger, she was growing, oh, why do they block me every time I make a turn every time? I said, Mommy, that's what they're supposed to do. This is a penal colony. I know if she had known, she'd have said, pack your shit up. We're on the first thing smoking to Africa. I know she would have got us out of here. Because she got us out of Virginia. And she thought she was leaving Virginia, coming to New York, and it was going to be better. And it was just one penal colony for another penal colony. And she couldn't understand. She couldn't understand it. But I would have said, Mommy, this is a penal colony. We ain't never going to get nowhere. We ain't never going to get nothing. We ain't never going to be able to move forward. And she'd have said, what's one more move? I ran from Virginia. Let's get on the first thing smoking in Africa. I know it. But she was under the matrix. No, white people are good. They're really not out to get us. It's the system. Yes and no. It is a system. No, 2 yeses. Yes, it is a system. And yes, they're out to get you because that's what the system's saying. No need to get mad. Just realize where you are and stop going to a pizza parlor asking for collard greens and neck bones. You ain't getting them. Stop going to a fancy restaurant and asking for chitlins. They don't got none. On this penal colony, like in a brick and mortar prison with the inmate criminals, we're labeled born in blood inmate criminals. Because 600 years ago, our warrior ancestors trotted their ass from Africa over there to the Isle of Britannia and Gaul and all them other goddamn places. When they was defeated, the crown said to get rid of them, send them as far away from Africa as you can. And that's why we got here. The Matrix is telling you, they came and got us to pick content. I said to myself, wait a minute. Why they go to India to get cotton pickers? Don't the East Indians, the Sikhs, and stuff, ain't they got cotton pickers in Budapest? Why would you just go about China. America knew about China. Why didn't they go over to China and get Chinese people to come pick cotton? This is a bullshit story. They were moving us Africans as far away from Africa as possible. They cut off the supply. Remember my game of Risk? That's how your military move. I was rolling for a while in that game of Risk. I had my borders. I secured my borders, my land. I was rocking. That was last when it was 4 of us. Guess what happened? 3 of them ganged up on me. So I said, I'm going to go after the 1 out of the 3. So I wore that 1 down. But the 2 saw that we was getting weak fighting each other, and they came in, and both of us was out the game. And that's how, sort of, your ancestors wound up on this penal colony as prisoners of war of the crowns of Europe. And the generation afterwards, enslaved. Generation after, enslaved. Ooh, let's do this. We're going to roll right in, and then we're going to go to Genesis. Whew, this right leg, whoo, squeeze your gut. Tuck in your elbow. Oh, this helps me. I be lifting laundry. I be lifting matrix. Oh, please. Okay. 5, not up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, good luck. All right, I did good. I'm tasting my sweat. It ain't salty. That's how I check my salt content. Y'all see me steaming, right? You think I'm just steaming. I'm also checking my salt content. Whew. See this leg? Oh, this leg. Okay, let me squeeze my gut real tight. Belly button to the back. Belly button to the back. Okay. Now up nor down. 1, 2, 3. Gotta close my eyes. 4, 5. And 1 for good luck. Alright. Belly button to the back. Belly button to the back. That's how I get rid of the pain. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie. Tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. And now we do our gulp and check. I gotta clean my face, y'all. Whew. Can you imagine? And it's probably going on because this is all these European shit. But I can pretty much tell that the Germans, I mean, I don't know, but I don't think that is a penal colony. That's still a country. But I think the restrictions on what they can and cannot do is great. Now see, here's the thing. A German could get a passport and into this country before an African can. Okay, just want y'all to know that. Or Haitian, anyone from the free continent and countries of nations of Africa, Not welcome. A couple of y'all can get in, but not too much. And y'all got to get, that the African Americans ain't nothing speech and accept it for y'all to come in. So, but basically, no, the Germans can get in here real quick. Real quick. Oh, I hate, the Germans, they hate, and they kill, and they march. On this penal colony, there's only one group that all hates. And it is us, because this is the reason for the penal colony. Our ancestors. So, Germany, even Russians that can get back and forth in and out this country faster than people from African nations. But you let them in and suck up all your gold, all your resources. That the greatest, most reproducing. I would say Africa is the womb. And it produces for us. And y'all gotta stop letting these white people go in there and take it. They got no love. They got no respect. They don't even know why they're supposed to hate you. Because that's only in the secret societies and the Yale stuff. You're like, I wonder what they talk about in them secret societies in Yale and Harvard and Princeton, William Mary, etc. That's what they talk about. This penal colony. And how we don't know it's a penal colony. It's a laugh riot for them. We don't put nobody in office. We don't vote anyone in. This is a penal colony. Wardens are always assigned appointments. Just like the brick and mortar prisons. You can vote all you want. No. They're assigned. They are assigned. And you put from what I see, I voted for since I was 19. I'm 65. No better, not better. Not better. And all the buffoonery and lies and stuff like that they promised those civil rights workers. I be calling mommy right now. I was like, you was marching in Washington, but they was playing with y'all. Smoke and mirrors. When they came down there to them voting polls with them ARK rifles, child, there was no Voting Rights Act. There is none. The point of the Voting Rights Act is to protect us to vote. They was down there intimidating us with... I know you said, Vicki, you said the vote don't count, but they down there intimidated you. Hatfield and McCoy bullshit. That's why I'm saying if you ain't standing in line, they can't intimidate you. They can take those guns, stick them up their ass and pull the trigger. And see who gets assigned. See who gets elected. See who gets put in. And then when they come after you, get your imaginary drones. Remember, I haven't mentioned Sparkly and Patroller in a while because I only send Sparky, my imaginary drone, Sparky and Patroller up when, like, the, I don't know, I, when I gotta burn something down. I need to get a field done. I need to get, this is all in my head. I'm not out there. I'm 65 years old. I'm here talking young. Um, when I just need to say, I'm sick of your fuck shit. So then I fill Patroller up, and I send her up first to the farms over the rolled up wheat things and stuff. And then I send Sparky over, and Sparky just flints. You know, like make sparks. And then all of a sudden, whoosh! The hay rolls on fire. They're running, they're getting the animals out, and then the fire goes to the barn, and then it goes to the silo, and then it comes around, and it's so intense, and then it comes back on the farmland, and it disintegrates everything in its path, and that 2,000 acres of land that one person owns because African Americans can't get it because it's a farm and they don't want to give it to you, and they'll never give it to you on this penal colony because it means you can feed yourself and it ain't gonna happen. Do inmates in brick and mortar prison really feed themselves? No. On this penal colony, do we labeled born and blood inmate criminals feed themselves? No. That's why one person can have 2,000 acres of farmland, and we can't get 1 acre. Penal colony. The brick and mortar prison is just a small model example. They say, oh, black people sick of working land. But no, my grandfather was a sharecropper. He was trying to get land. But he got kicked off. You see? So, heal yourself, people. Heal yourself. And one way I know of doing is through exercise. Your body will tell you what it wants to eat. If it craves it, give it what it wants to eat. Sitting down in there. I remember my girlfriend told me, she said, I went to the doctor and they put me in an examination room and I'm waiting 2 hours. And then finally, when I said, you know, they said, just like they did with me, the dentist for 30 years. They said that we didn't know you was there. They said to me, with 30 years, if I wanted to go to the dentist, I'd have to take enough antibiotics that make me sick for days. And then they say 30 or 35 years later, you didn't need to take all of antibiotics. That was a joke. But it wasn't a joke. It was to weaken our immune system. So when something like COVID came along 20 years later, it could wipe us out because we had no antibodies to fight with. The dentist, the doctor, and the pharmaceutical companies got together for that one on this penal colony. So they like the numbers coming in for us under COVID. I can see them sitting there gambling. I can see them there with their big cigars, their Hatfield McCoys, with their big cowboy hats on, their big bellies. And they said, how many? 5,000? That ain't enough. Just wait. I'm gonna put 10,000 and then raise your 10,000 next week. That'll be up to like 100,000. And they all pile their money in. And they know Because they already know that they totally weaken our antibodies with that whole dentist debacle. Not debacle, it was very successful for them. So they don't mean you no good, African Americans. They don't mean you no good. The patty roller that blows your child away in the street, and that nurse and doctor in the hospital, same thing. They made OxyContin in the state of on this penal colony. It's the most addictive drug. Folks is dropping it. And you know what? You could take the OxyContin president and an African American man and put it by him, and they'll hate the African American man more. I'm trying to tell you, that's the mentality. They upset with the pharmaceutical president, but he was just trying to make money. That's what white people do. And he's a man, he's a white man, he like God, so it's okay. So they would rush the stage, get that African American, drag him down. He ain't killed nobody. He ain't make no OxyContin. The man that makes OxyContin is that white man standing there in the suit. No. That's not how they train on this penal colony. And honey, if you put that maker and that executive of OxyContin and you put in an African American woman next to him, they would give him flowers and drag her by her extensions off that stage because they are trained that's in their ignorance. They're trained to hate us. Well, no, he's killed millions of people and they're dying around the world. Get him. No, we're not going to get him. See, 600 years ago, your ancestors attacked Europe, ruled Europe, fought and lost, was put on penal colonies all around the globe. So, of course, you're more hated than this man who made a drug that is killing people daily by, let me see, on the seconds around the world. He's not hated. He's not, on this penal colony, there's no rules to say he's hated. But we are hated because every rule is in place to make sure that that stays in place. 50 million people, 50 million African Americans are stopping 300 million white people from getting health insurance. No longer when I see them, oh, we had a nice house, we had to go, and the baby got sick and we lost everything. I'm going to say, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You going through that because you just content that at least the 50 million African Americans ain't got it. So listen, wrap your dumb ass up in that and heal yourself. Because that's what you're going to get on this penal colony. We couldn't afford his medication. He had to go to dialysis. And we lost a car. We lost a car rush. We had to take the kids out of private school. The medical bills just piled up. Fuck you. Wrap yourself up in the fact that we ain't getting it either. We're not getting it either. We're not getting free medical thing either, okay? All right? Okay? Happy? Happy? Wrap yourself up in that. Well, you know, he died. He didn't have the medication. And we were sad, but at least 50 million black people ain't getting no medication either. Wrap yourself up in that and get comfortable. And I used to feel so sorry for him. It's a special medication that he needed. And we can't afford it. I just work as a nurse in the hospital. And my husband is just a police officer. And when it hit us hard. Fuck you. Take comfort in knowing, because that's how you feel, that we dying too. Because we died because we didn't listen to the ancestors who was here for 400 years with no medical health care, 200 years experimental health care, and I'm still here. So, okay, I know I sound a little contradictory, but you know what I'm saying. Everybody ain't in contact with the ancestors. So if you're going for health care, you need to go outside this penal colony. if you discover skin, you better go outside. Because in this penal colony, it is a penal colony. Just say, I've never been to prison. Netflix got locked up, locked down, jails around the world. I don't know, my daughter used to make me look at this, the maximum security, the minimum security, the gated thing, the teen incarceration, maximum security, the teens, medium. Look at them. And then look at your situation. Well, when I got out of jail, the brick and mortar people said, when I got out of jail, I couldn't get a job. I couldn't get a job. We couldn't get it either. We still can't get it. We ain't did nothing. 600 years ago, our ancestors brought here prisoners of war on this penal colony. They were imprisoned on this penal colony. And every law is in place for us, and that's why. You won't change it. You're still putting these Hatfield and McCoy, Dem and Republicans, they are the same. Why you can't have a progressive? Why can't you have a green? Hell, throw a little socialism in there. You got these two lying propaganda bitch political parties, the ones that really is enforcing it. So no, and I'm going to have to put it in the talk we're going to have, because me and the ancestors, we still battling it. Because, you know, my mother and them think, oh, vote, vote, vote. And I'm like, no, you ain't seeing it. You ain't seeing it. I voted since I was 19, and they were still putting bullets in our kids' head. No. You ain't seeing it. Why ain't no progressive party? Why is only these two filthy parties? And then to help ramp up the filth, it didn't last long, because that whole Tea Party story, the biggest lie behind the 4th of July. You see how fast that phased out? Because they couldn't take it back to the history of anything solid. Tea Party, throw the tea in the gulp. Bitches ain't throw no tea in no gulp. These Americans over here, they try to be more European than anything. They broke off the crown, said peace. And they said, listen, just make sure them descendants of them prisoners of war on that penal colony don't get nowhere. And we leaving. That's what the crown said. We're leaving. Y'all can govern this penal colony, but you are warden this penal colony, but you better make sure that these African Americans never get back to the continent of Africa. Unlife them if you have to. Disable them if you have to. If you have to, make sure 300 million people don't get any decent health care, so you can get rid of 50 million people. When the water goes down, y'all know what comes up, right? Whew. But again, the ancestors said I ain't at it the right way. They said, I'm supposed to say, 50 million people can stop 300 million people. Y'all got that? Y'all got that? They said 50 million people can stop 300 million people. And he said, why? How is that possible? It's being done already. 300 million people on this penal colony not getting any affordable or free health care because 50 million may get it. So, in retro, how you look at it, 50 million people stop 300 million people from getting health care. What else can we do, y'all? Get off your knees. Throw that Egyptian book of the dead in the garbage and live. And see what's being done to you and see this penal colony for what it is and handle it. How does the brick and mortar inmate prisons handle shit? When they going against the wardens and stuff, what they do? What they do? For now, I just take my imaginary drones, Patroller, Sparky, and then I had to get that last one with, Atomica. I sent Atomica up about 3 o'clock this morning, my imaginary drone. I had her hooked up to 3 launches. And we found that dam that we had hit last weekend. And my imaginary drone launched in the same spot. And I could see the crack forming. And then I was so relaxed. I was like, okay. Whew. That felt good. So yes, last night I had to take old Patrol up and Sparky and handle 2,000-3,000 acre farm. Singed. Then I take my imaginary drone, Atomica up, and fly around trying to find that dam because I don't know the name. I'm in the sky looking down, and I found the dam. And the last time I hit it at the bottom. But this time something said, try not to go for the seal, where the seal is, but go a little outside the seal. So that's when I launched. I only had 3. I launched, bam, bam, bam. And then I saw a little crack. So you're not powerless. Do people on this penal colony have affordable health care? No. Do people living on this penal colony have free or affordable health care? No. Why? Because they don't want 50 million African Americans to get any. So to stop 50 million from getting it, 300 million can't get it. So 50 million can stop 300 million. Y'all put that in your mind a little bit. Move it around. Like the ancestors had me this morning. I was like, what? And they said, no, you ain't looking at it right. 50 million stops 300 million. Hey y'all! I hope y'all feel empowered. I hope y'all feel empowered. Who's here? Oh, hi, Shin. So, Shin, hi, thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend, subscribe. Y'all have, and thank you, Dan's Fresh Thing, for your support. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Thanks for coming on the walk.